Oh. Brick's kind of in the way. Hold on, folks. I'm working on it. Oh, ooh. Oh, frosty sauce is about zero. I just see one of the comments from Josh about my Canadian flavor Florida thing. It's snow in Florida. Yeah, the video just posted. We're gonna try to start there for a minute. Whew. I hope I can stay still long enough for the lights across the bay to come on. I just up. There was a fellow from Connecticut down that way that was looking to buy a boat. Yeah. Gotta try to get to the live. Oh, no, that's not the right button. That way I can actually read the comments. There we go. Ooh, it's dark. Hey, invisible one. How are you? Ooh. Howdy. How are you? Hi, Simo. How are you? Oh, oh. Ooh, she's frosty. I should go get the thermometer and see how frosty it really is. Hold on, give me a second. Oh. Yeah, that white shit you see right there is snow. Ooh, that little bit of white shit is snow. Inside the house it's a frosty 38 degrees or like 94 out here. I'll wait for it to cool off. Oh, you can see it dropping. Is that now? It's like 55 Fahrenheit. That glare is terrible. Anyways. Yeah. That's all the snow we got. There's not much. If it was any better, I wouldn't be able to help me. Oh. Yeah, so I'm hearing some silly things on the news, lads. Holy Murphy. Dare I indulge into what they are? Yeah, it was kind of like, ha ha, funny, funny. The king clown is not going to leave us alone. And, you know, freedom of speech and the right to defend it by any means necessary was kind of a nice idea. But, wow. things escalated quickly over a fucking deer fence. Anyways, I'm not gonna rant about that. I'm just gonna chill in this. What's that now? 35 degrees Fahrenheit. It's like 3 degrees Celsius. Ah, frosty. 3 pairs of pants, insulated boots, and 3 sweaters and a hoodie. How's it down there in Australia, my good man? I imagine you guys are just coming in the summer, aren't you? You got 10 degrees Fahrenheit, Josh? Oh, you're a little warmer than I am. A little warmer than I... Oh, come here. Hold on, I might be reading it wrong. No, I'm like 38 degrees Fahrenheit. I'm also holding the thermometer now. So, Josh, question for you, bud. How do you feel about adding Nova Scotia onto your whole state there, bud? Or becoming a country with Nova Scotia? And we just say, fuck the French. Context can be added here in a later bit. Visible. Haven't watched any news. No signal. That new job site in town. I haven't watched the news. I just only seen what happened at Trump's inauguration this morning. I see one picture of fucking Musk 2 days ago. That's all I seen, and YouTube is just starting to talk about it now. Like, holy Murphy. Like, yeah. Yes, Josh, I wouldn't mind that there, but I'm a little more conservative side of the whole I want to go deer hunting thing, right? Or moose. You know, that moose are pretty fucking big. Need something with some stopping power for one of them. I want to say a Beretta, but that's a handgun, ain't it? Browning. 30 cal. Yeah. Belt fed. That's what I want. 19 Fahrenheit last night. Oh, I'm some lucky here in Canadian flavor Florida. Like, it's the warmest part of the country next to, like, some parts of Vancouver. But Australia Day this weekend, thinking of Bearman. 30C, dude. Oh man, 30C, that's like a nice healthy fucking 80 degrees. Oh, that'd be nice. That'd be really nice. Oh. 30 degrees right about now would be fucking cherry. Now, I don't know if you're like I'm pretty sure you told me before, if you're in like the northern part of Australia or the western part of Australia. But does Australia ever see snow? Or has it ever been recorded that Australia sees snow? Yeah, walked into the store the other day. What did I get? 2 liters of milk. Spoiled myself and I got a $3 liter of milk. So like a pint and 2 pints of milk. So 3 pints of milk, not quite a gallon. I grabbed 2 4-gallons of water. Maybe 5 gallons of water, then water cooler jugs. I got bacon and eggs, because I like having bacon and eggs for the breakfast. Like I eat 1 or 2 eggs, and I got the jumbo eggs were on for like $1.50 less than all the other eggs, so I went and got some jumbos. Then it was like $6 for jumbos, and it was like $7 for everything else. Crazy. Things are getting crazy. Australia sees snow when Hunter sends. Oh, I gotta roll a joint. Oh, 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 shit. Whew. Jesus, the best one. He nearly killed me. I'm having a drink on that one. Oh, Josh. Mine's a. Wow. Holy shit. My thermometer only goes to. My thermometer here. It only goes to 0 Fahrenheit, right? Which is fucking cold Canadian. Fucking cold blue noser. That's what I'm gonna call it. Right? That's fucking cold for us Nova Scotians. This is like fucking 0 Fahrenheit. That's, and once it gets below that, nobody goes outside. Well, here in this specific part of the East Coast, it's fucking wild. -11 this morning. Water pipe break in the school today. God, they shouldn't have went to school. Well, there's spots in where I grew up in Cape Breton. Well, I didn't grow up there, but I spent a lot of my poor decision making years in this area, and they would cancel school when it rained because the school couldn't afford to pay for the fucking roof. Wild, but they could pay for the heat. Spent the last lobsters dropped off so hard here over the last 2 weeks that, like, you go check shit that's been out for 2 days, nothing. You check stuff that's been out for 5 days, there's nothing. You let it soak for a week, you might get something maybe. And that's kind of what we're at. Well, everyone kind of going on a different schedule there, right, Josh? Like, they might have had their gear setting out there for their maximum a lot of time. They're allowed to let it soak. Like, down there, I think you guys get to, I think you're allowed up to 3.5 weeks before you got to haul it. Here we're allowed, like, I think it's a week and a half, 2 weeks. And some fellas, they'll go out and haul it every day until Valentine's Day, and then they'll haul half the gear home. You land all your gear, you got to re-tag it. You change your gear. Like, some guys will land all their gear just to change from wire to wood, because there's no catching, and it allows the troughs to soak up so they become heavy again. And when the spring comes, the wooden troughs are rumored to do better. But I just want to fish wooden gear myself personally. Like, the boat's not that high, it's not going to fuck up the gear. The gear's not going to fuck up your oil gear. Yes, it's way more staples, but I think wooden gear's way better. I'm about half a pound on 5 nights soak. Oh, no. Give it a week. Like, up here, we're giving it a week, and we're 250 troughs. We might maybe get 200 pounds. Maybe. But that's on a prayer. The last time we were out, we hauled, what was it, 130 troughs, and we got 35 pounds, and that was on a 5-night soak, and that was a week ago. And we just went and hauled everything, rebaited everything up fresh, and then just said, fuck it, we're letting it soak. It was nice for those 2 days, too, so we just said, fuck it, we'll haul everything in a little bit more again. Oh, no, I dropped the F-bomb. Oh. 4 weeks max set. Okay, that's not too bad. And you guys got like what, 800 traps? Here we only got 250. And we're currently running. Well, we took 250 buoys when I was setting, and I put 40 traps and 5 trap trawls with bricks. So there's a brick on each end. And if I really wanted to get real wild with it, I could put 7 traps on a trawl. And everything else was singles. And then we doubled up the singles. So there's, I think it's 35 single traps, and then everything else is in doubles. So I think there's 100 double buoys. Something like that. I never really got to put a video on it. No bait on night 5. Yeah. No, yeah, here, no, it's usually 3 nights, there's no bait, but sometimes, depending where you set it up, like the fleas ain't too bad, but if there's some kind of life that got sucked up into the trap, it will draw something out. We don't have a max size here, so that kind of helps a little bit. I think the average boat right now is landing like 150 pounds a week. Maybe. Slimo says, it is snowing here a couple of months ago. When the double bills wash the shore. Shoot. Well, you know, that happens here too once in a while, but no one talks about it. Oh, I turned on the light. Yeah. Oh. My first plans of grind the first 3 days to a week out wide open, and then just like, you know, be the coffee. Didn't quite work out because, well, we had help fucking show up, and we had a goal of what we were trying to accomplish by the 4th day. We never reached it. And then fucking day 13, fucking chaos happened. Holy sweet merciful frig. 800 traps. I only have 500 in the water. 5s and 10s. No crew for me. Can't find one. You're soloing trawls. Well, I might have to try to go buy a small. Anybody selling a really nice little 30-foot or smaller boat out that way there, bud, for like, you know, fucking cheap? Like cheap. I'm going to have to pay a fucking crazy tariff on it. No, that shit, but I need a boat. If you haven't noticed what happened to me there last Easter, but I gotta either buy a boat, go fish the boat for a couple of years or a year or two, and then fucking fix the one. I'm fixing the one I got. I don't care. I'm fixing it. It's gonna be a whole YouTube project, but I need a boat to get me through for the meantime. I need a boat. Oh, I also need a blast. Oh, like I can find a boat for like 10 grand in Newfoundland, but here's the problem: it's on Newfoundland, and then the other problem is like in northern Newfoundland or Labrador, but they're like 5 grand. But oh, I got 12 grand saved up for a boat right now, and $500 to put fuel in it. So try to find one kind of close. But 34 is the max in size, but I want something like 30 foot or maybe a little smaller. I kind of like them small boats with big fuel tanks. It'd be wicked if I could find one. The little boat I got, she's 28 by 10 at the wheelhouse, and 6 in the stern. I might try to make a 10 in the stern and then put like 200 horsepower in it and see if I can get like 25 knots. Yeah, that'd be nice. Big ice break bow on her. She's got a good shape. Can you guys see everything across the road? Probably not, Dick. You want a Crowley Beal. What's a Crowley Beal, man? You have to show me. Just give me a sec. I gotta go get something to smoke. Oh, oh, my rantings. Wasn't enough for some folks. Oh, yeah, they're good young brothers. Except for also. Yeah, I had what was it? I was looking at a blue boat and a Samson Gray. Had them on the, hold them up on a post on which boat was better looking. And the gray boat is 2 feet longer and the same width as what my boat is. And it's the same guy that built it, I swear. It looks identical. Or looked identical. But she needs a drive shaft. I want to turn it to a tour boat, right? I only want to carry like 6 people. Me, deckhand, 4 guys or girls or whoever wants to go out on the boat, and we're going for halibut, or we're going for something like that, right? Swordfish maybe. Those are the things and the plans and the thoughts, right? Oh, can't believe that they're going to go to a trade war because the fucking liberals don't want to put a goddamn deer fence. Oh, hey, Trippy to Canada, how are ya? You just coming in when I'm just starting to rant. Over a deer fence. I'm just about to rant over a deer fence. Oh, fuck. Like, what was it do to Highway 401 from fucking Vancouver to here? It was like fucking $15 million or $25 million to put a 10-foot deer fence on all of the highway, and that's not straight, but the fucking border is. Oh. Anyways. Oh, it was the best boat. West Head. Yeah, my father had a 42 Atkinson Sampson. Fucking beautiful boat, right? But she was built from a 45-foot hull that was meant to be 12 feet wide, and he was like, no, I want her 20 feet wide. He's like, I can only make her 18. It's like, I want her 20. It's like, I can make her 18. It made her so short, and then they built the floor up into her like a Newfoundland boat. Perfect boat for Newfoundland. She should have been 20 feet wide, though, and she should have had a 400 Cummins instead of 3. But, still sad to see her go. Yeah. 10-foot deer fence. Really, that's saved the fucking trade war. We don't need this fucking trade war. And the whole Canada joined the U.S. was kind of like a ha-ha, funny, yeah. Yeah, that'd be kind of neat. And then Trudeau says he's going to step down when they find someone else that might be able to replace him. And then King Clown picks Mark Carney to run the circus. Murphy, my fuck. Sorry, I'm ranting. Some folks don't like it. Welcome to what's supposed to be a Saturday Night Live. I did try to have a guest geared up for this, but a whole lot of shit happened since the last time I was trying to make that work. I never said I was good at this. I'm kind of surprised. Well, the phone might be zooming in on the. Oh, you see a little bit of the light to me. Oh, there's so much stuff going on right now. And I don't even know where to begin. I don't even take notes. I'm just like, well, very off the cuff. But yeah, no, I like to get myself on a boat. A nice little boat. Something I could go make some halibut videos on. Well, and then make some videos with the money I made for halibut fishing on fixing up the other boat to make her to a. This is how you make your boat a Class A charter vessel, right? Other than the life jacket, like all of the safety things underneath the floors, how to do all the underhatch bulkheads. If I knew how to weld aluminum, I would. I'd like to find someone that would collaborate and do aluminum welding. Be like, hey, I want to make a bunch of 2x3 hatches and show the process on how to do it, make them watertight, and the whole yada yada. Because, you know, like, there's some guys that can't afford to buy new, but have the tools to make. I don't know. It's another random rant of a thought. Like I said, this live is going to be half ranting. Ranting with things that I got to try to figure out in my own mind, because, Lord, I asked for help to get my boat built last year, and I never got none of it. So now I got to figure out how to do it on my own. And I got to live with the boat. I got to work with the boat. So if I'm putting the time and the money into the boat, it may as well be what I want it to be. So probably looking at ripping out all of the deck, widening the boat 4 feet in the stern. If I'm doing that, that means I have to have another boat to go fishing with. So, man, my hand, it's back in the circle again. Where am I going to find a boat? Well, I got to fix my boat I got so I can go fishing. Man. I really, really, really hate TD fucking Bank. Fuck TD Bank, fuck TD Insurance. Nothing but TD Insurance fucking commercials for me now. Everything. I click it. Every video I click is fucking TD Insurance commercial. Insure your car, get a lifetime warranty on it. I'm like, you motherfucker. Your client smashed into my fucking boat. Oh, man. I really need to smoke a joint. Josh, there ain't going to be no trade war, man, in New Hampshire. I've already withdrawn from the lobster measure increase on the small end. The threat is going to make things. Well, 34 was pushing to go from, what is it, like fucking. Oh, it doesn't sound like much, but lobster fishermen know when I say when you go from one contour to another contour, it's a big change, and they want to go from 82.5, which I think is like 3 1/4, and they want to lengthen it out to like 85. That's like 1/4 of an inch, or like fucking 3/16 of an inch. Or is that like fucking 3 or 4 30 seconds? I don't know. It's a it's a noticeable fucking difference, right? Okay, you sharpen a pencil, you break the lead off, and it gets fat, and then you make that pencil make a line. That fat line is the difference, in my opinion. If I spent $1,000 on a fiberglass runabout, rotten plywood, transom, 3 grand to fix. Yeah, well, I got a 28-foot fiberglass cape boat that it costs a gallon or two a day to operate, right? So I've hired on to kind of keep it legal. Right, a gallon or two. That's like fucking 8 liters. Nowadays, that's like fucking $100 worth of fuel. Right? You get a jerry can, that's $100. That could operate me for a week. I understand why he drove the boat when it only had 3 cylinders. How little fuel did he use? Oh, watertight hatches. Oh yeah, everywhere. I want this thing so I could put it through Coast Guard rollover stability when I'm done with it, and the boat won't sink. Right? That's the kind of setup I want. So like as long well, I had a wood boat that was fiberglassed over with like fucking 15 or 16 layers of fiberglass, and she went onto the rocks, and you could see the lobsters through the floor underneath the engine, and she was still floating because of the wood in her, right? Like, I'd love another fiberglass over wood, but Transport Canada don't like them, even though it's a fucking life raft, but whatever. uh, but the rollover stability and the watertight hatches are an absolute fucking must, in my opinion, because those are things I absolutely want. I want the boat to be like bulletproof up to like 308. That's the goal. And right now the boat ain't bulletproof to 9 millimeter in a pistol. I want a 308 rifle, maybe 30-06 carbine, but I don't know about guns because I'm Canadian. Because can't look up specific things. Whatever rolls over. Don't want the track record, right? Freedom. I'm a fan of the Second Amendment. All those who feel like they should have a gun should have a gun, and those who don't want one should have the option to be like, I don't want one. And most of those folks are in the city. Where I grew up, everyone had a gun, and one of two reasons. It was self-defense from the animals, and if you're in a boat, you're allowed to have a shotgun on the boat, used as a sound signal, like to fire it in the air if you didn't have a horn or a bell. You can hear a shotgun over a container ship engine. You can't hear a bell. But that's only because I grew up around St. Paul's Island, right? And that's a very heavy shipping traffic lane in towards Toronto and Ontario and like Michigan and Minnesota, right? You gotta go by Cape Breton to get to Michigan with the boat. And if you really want to get to Mississippi, you can. I think you gotta go down by Ohio. I want a boat that can do that. I want to do that. Go down to Florida. Go in and out the Haulover inlets. Oh, yes. Yes. Oh, the sheer joy I would have doing that. I want to fly the flag that says, fuck you, Broncos Guru. Oh, 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 like 3 people's gonna understand that joke, but no one's ever gonna watch it this far. Ah, Oh, what did I push? I touched the wrong thing. Man, I gotta quit smoking. Smoking's terrible for your lungs. I've been smoking almost twice as long as I've been alive. Yeah. Oh. Guys, no, people, yeah, idiots kill people. Or idiots get killed by people that try to protect their family. That's the way I look at it. Motherfucker, 5 308 shots is not going to stop a moose. Especially if you put them in the wrong place. Two will stop a deer. What would a pissed off bear? Man, those guys that hunt bear with a bow are fucking crazy. I had a cousin who used to hunt a bear with a bow. And not a compound bow, not a crossbow. Just straight string and bow. Oh, fuck. I wish I had some bear fat now. Never heard of the horn. Never heard the horn from the cat that ran from Portland, Maine to Yarmouth. Oh, I heard of the cat, yeah. Yeah, no, I could see the cat scaring the hell out of you. That thing was supposed to do like 100 miles an hour. Big dirty catamaran, cat ferry, passenger ferry. It used to run freely between Nova Scotia and Maine before you really needed a passport. You just showed your driver's license, you were good to go. And then September happened, and that kind of fucked things up. So they needed a passport. It kind of fucked that up, and then it kind of dwindled off. And then there was a whole lot of grant money to go to Maine to kind of help make that happen. And then Maine government said they were going to give a bunch of money here to make it happen. And they built new ferry piers. And then COVID, and then I don't know. There's a lot of stuff going on with that. I would love to ride it, but I'd rather take my own boat and just show up in the harbor like, I want fuel. Do you have a passport? No. I was like, here's $500 for fuel. Would they detain me or would they let me go? Because I want to try to pull that off. Just like, I'm not stopped. I don't want to stay. I'm driving by for fuel. Invisible says the most important thing a person can carry with themselves is their wits. Yes. A pocket knife and ACP 45. But that's illegal here. These days I seen who carry oh no, I'd have it just concealed because, I don't want no problems, but I know where it's at. I like to be open, but fucking the shit that's going on right now, I think that's more of a danger to yourself having it open than it is concealed. Not that I'm against either. I think you should be allowed to do it here in Canada, but Canada dumb. We used to be a Canada dope. Please, for the love of God, don't become commie at all. Had a buoy go right between the two hulls. Man, that's luck. Now, when we're fishing up between St. Paul's Island and Cape Breton, which is like kind of between Newfoundland and Nova Scotia, there's one island there. It's historic for all kinds of shipwrecks. Like, I think there's 200 or 700 there. But that's all because they're trying to find the Great Lakes, and they just kept running into this island. And then, well, I know people that lived there, but there's one left. that actually lived on the island, and he's fucking 65 now. He moved off the island when he was 3. Right, that's how long ago the lighthouse was running there. Never heard about. Yeah, the catamaran. He says maybe. Like, if you were really cheeky, you could go and get some ram set and some. Well, you could buy yourself a 22 pellet gun and go get yourself some ram set. And at your own risk, you can figure out whatever you want to fucking do because some of them have the interchangeable barrel. Anyways, I've said too much. AK-22. Right in the river. Holes in Portland, Maine. Well, the holes that were built here in Nova Scotia, like they started off like fucking sailboats. They were just sailboats with motors because we were like known for building sailboats, long, narrow, really wide in the middle, and like when they fucked up the Blue Nose one originally, like it was, the Blue Nose one became the fastest boat in the world because of a drunken argument over Screech versus Captain Morgan rum or Nova Scotia rum, right? That was the argument over which Jamaican rum that was imported from Newfoundland or Nova Scotia was better, and someone kicked the mold, and the mold slipped in the boat, and it shifted everything in the boat, making her flatter on one side instead of a big bulbous teardrop like they made all of their other boats. And then they discovered long and narrow or flat on the side for a sailboat means speed because I think they achieved like 30 knots in that boat at one point in time, and that's not a small boat. She's like fucking 150 feet long, like fucking woman. But now the new one's got like twin cat deal props. She's just a showpiece. She's not built the same at all. Burchell At The Wharf 1118 search. 50 cal swing. That's just silly. Like, I do like watching Brandon Herrera and fucking Scott over there in Kentucky. Right? It's better to be informed than not informed. And it's just like, shit's going to go down. And when it does, information is vital. Every light load, OTF. I'm a big fan of creative carry. Oh, oh, oh. Ha. They're coming for our spring guns. What? Spring guns? No, well, what do they call it? Non-black powder or non-firearm rifles. What? Is that crossbows and bows and arrows? Absolutely. You know what that also means? Throwing things. Because it's basically going after all projectiles. Anyways. The Clown King is not out yet. Do boats go faster with fancy socks on the bottom? Just asking. Do boats go faster with fancy socks on the bottom? Now it depends on what you call fancy socks. Are you talking keel coolers? Talking water intakes? You're talking cages or no cages? If you're talking fancy socks to protect the fancy socks to protect the props, then no, they go slower. But you can make them cages, prop protectors. Big fan, because if you're dealing with like persines or gill nets or anything like that, anything you got to haul from possibly from underneath the boat, like even with trawls, if you're hauling trawls for traps for lobsters, a cage is a really good thing to have to keep your prop clear. But you also got to anode them. But you can use the anode for your cage on your keel to also anode your steady bearing or your packing box for your prop shaft while you have your anode on your prop. I just grew up with a mackerel trap background, so anything that had a propeller had a cage around it, and every boat had a keel. No outboards, no outdrives, none of that, because that was all dangerous stuff. It's getting darker. It's been dark now for a little while. I was kind of hoping that when the lights, well, I might have to turn the lights off inside the house to, I'm trying to catch the shoreline over yonder. Dang it, I moved my arm. Hold on, give me a second. I'm going to try something here. Oh, there we go. Oh, I'm trying to catch the shoreline over there. See if that phone can do it. I think it can. But boats with socks. What do you mean by socks? I know if you got raw water pickup and wet exhaust, that helps increase your efficiency of speed on the higher end of things. And my boat, well, from 800 RPM to 1000 RPM, I'll go from like 2 knots to 7 knots. 800 RPM to 1200 RPM, will go almost 9 or almost 8. And then from there up, I couldn't get more because I was running the boat in reverse because it's sailboat transmission for some reason. Good idea. Oh, well, no, it doesn't pick it up. It, oh, picks up one left. Hold on. I'm terrible at this. I'm going to go over here for a second. Oh, well, no. See, the thing is, trip to Canada. The camera is outside, but I am also outside with the camera, and it's for the viewers that were watching. This thermometer only goes to 0 degrees Fahrenheit, and right now it's 10, which is like -10 Canadian right now, and we've been sitting out here for fuck a beer on an hour. Right? Like, oh no, the boot's still kind of soft. But yeah, we're looking at like fucking 10 degrees Fahrenheit. Oh, so 10 Fahrenheit is -10 Celsius. Oh, 10 and 10. I like that, like 40 and 40 and 10 and 10. Oh, yeah. the spotter is supposed to be used for cooking meat. I wonder how accurate it is. Well, this is, like -15 for here is like usually as cold as it gets, which is like 5 degrees Fahrenheit. Like that's pretty cold for here. Like 5 for my American viewers. Well, there's a lot of Canadian folks that still use the Freedom units versus the Canadian units. Like my mother and her husband use the Freedom units versus Canadian units. Like it was a fight between 70 and 72 degrees, like all the fucking time, all the time. Like which one's truly 20 degrees Celsius? I'm like, Jesus Christ, it's 71. And I put it on 71, and no, one would turn it down to 70, and the other turned up to 72. And I'm like, this is where my first fascinations with the fucking whole Freedom versus Canadian unit started. My mustache is sticking to the fucking thing. Go dark humor. Okay. Here. My father comes out and it's like, it's not nice. I looked, well, I got a video that I was planning on setting up and putting on Facebook, fucking, it's not 2012, but putting on YouTube. I was down at the wharf. It was a sheet of glass. Like, you couldn't ask for a more perfect fucking day. Like, crystal perfect. It was nice. It wasn't cold. And then it was high tide at 11:30. And I had the boat running since 10 o'clock or 9:30. He shows up at like 10 o'clock, half an hour before high tide, pretty much when the tide was cresting, and the wind starts picking up. And I mean, like, the whole bay was a sheet of glass. Like, I could see the mirror image of everything in the bay. Yeah, and no. So him and his girlfriend show up at, like, 3 minutes after the wind starts blowing, 5 minutes after the wind starts, like, it just starting to breeze up from the south. And by the time we get halfway out the harbor, it's white capping out past the point. And the point is, like, out that way. And we get out there, we get in behind Wedge Island, he comes out, puts a life jacket on. It's like, why do I need the life jacket? It's like, well, the life jacket's so we can find you. It's like, what do you mean? Well, if you hit the water and survive the heart attack that will kill you, we got to get you into the wheelhouse before you freeze to death from the air. Right? So there's the little bit of dark humor. Like, that's, best case scenario, you survive. Worst case scenario, well, there's going to be a long proceedings afterwards. Like, fishing here in the winter with the water being 2 degrees Celsius. What's that? What's that in Fahrenheit? 30? Normally it's like 38, 40. Water's usually 40 here, and right now on the Halifax Bellbuoy, according to it, it's like 2. Hold on. I can get the accurate numbers here. Yeah, hold on. I'm gonna hold those thoughts, guys. Accurate numbers, tides and temperatures. We're gonna go to. Oh, that's not it. I don't want those tides. I want the weather live buoy. That's the one. Halifax Harbor. Wind northwest 13 knots. Gust 19 knots. Waves 2.5 feet. Period 4 seconds. Air temperature fucking cold. Water temperature 30 degrees. Jeez Louise. That water's fucking cold and the air's like fucking. The air's 10 degrees. Well, I was just looking at that, wasn't I? Dr. Murphy. Don't mind me, boys and girls. I can be a little tad slow. Yeah, but that means that you don't have do crafts or show screens. Well, no, but it'd still be nice to catch the really nice scenery that is actually the view of the bay, right? Like where I'm sitting here in the dark, there's actually a really nice view. Like, oh, there's a point over that way that goes out to about there, and it's got all kinds of really nice houses with lots of nice lights. And then here, where my finger's at, there's two radio towers, and we have a mackerel trap over there. And then you come along, there's a little gap, and that's what's that gap? That's the Bill of Fox Point. And then there's Fox Point, then you go up into Hubbards, and there's Hubbards all the ways up into Queensland Beach. Then from Queensland Beach up in towards the other side of the bay. Well, the other side of the bay being actually the top of the bay, depending on how you're looking at the map. The map's kind of shaped like an ovary. Or not an ovary, but a uterus. Yeah, that's it. The birthplace of Nova Scotia, technically. I should get into that one of these days when I'm really drunk. how the Nova, how like St. Margaret's Bay is shaped like the birthplace of Nova Scotia, because that's technically where it is. And guess where I'm at? I'm in one of the upper ovaries. Oh, history Bob coming with bio. Oh, Jesus, isn't it weird how everything's kind of related? Oh, Josh, that's why I'm sitting in my truck with it running, with the heat on, kids in bed. Oh, man, see, no, I want to build a man shed. Like, I want to build a man shed in the backyard so bad. Like, the prices of everything has gotten crazy, but, oh, I was just up at the hardware store today, and I'm not going to say what hardware store, but I was looking at pallets of their discount lumber, and holy sweet merciful fuck. Holy sweet merciful fuck. Oh, I could. Oh. Oh. Fuck. Fuck, 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 fuck. I really. Oh, fuck. Man. Ooh. Life decision issue right now. Shit. Because, like $3,000 or $4,000 worth of building materials for like, $200 or $300. Oh, fuck. Bank account has like, 4 or 5 digits saved away for the boat to fix it, but or to replace the boat, to fix the boat, and then there's only like 2 or 3 digits, 3 digits to fucking fuck around with. Fuck. Ugh, real life issues. Oh, great. That's the okay, yeah. 3 knot tides in the Manning River. I towed over the miles with oars, tide chart. Yeah. Oh, I liked myself a Cape boat though. There's a nice 34 footer that's 20. No, what is it? 12 foot or 13 feet wide for like 20 grand Canadian. And I'm just like, oh, yes, but no. But it's a small low boat, right? It looks like it should be quick. I think it's got a 6-cylinder in it. But then again, there's another one in Pirate Harbor, Nova Scotia. Oh, boy. Fuck, I want that boat. It's 28 by 12. Or 28 by 10. It's a pirate cove. Goddamn fuck. My flag is a pirate flag. Mm. Oh no, I have to put a. She's got a 200 horsepower Volvo in her. Some of you folks might know it. Look at the GGs of the Newfoundland lawn and sale. But she's a nice little boat, and I'm thinking about trying to chase it down. It went from 30 to 15. Now it's 12. It went to 12 today. Oh, I have enough to buy it, but I don't have enough to get it here. And if it breaks down, what am I going to do? Because all I can do is put fuel in it and drive it. And the weather is fucked. That's, well, from here, the fucking Ecom Seacom was 108 miles. That was from here to Ecom Seacom was 108 miles. Ecom Seacom is not that far. That boat is like 215 miles away. There was a boy from, where was he from? Strongton, Stepperton, something, Connecticut, a little further south than Maine. And for him to drive the boat from here to his place, Stonington, Connecticut, it was 38 miles closer than it was to drive the boat from here to where the boat come from. So, that's just some perspective. Porterville, Maine. Witherboo, you're up there in fucking Portland, Maine. Portland, Maine. You're up there by fucking New Brunswick. You're up there. You're in the gray zone. I got a halibut license to fish down by you, lad. 5X, no, Canada, Nova Scotia. I got four. Was it 4X 5Y? 5Y. Josh, do you know who 5Y is? Oh, hey man, I was just saying maybe I can meet you on the boat. Well, have a good night, Josh. Visible says you can't see all the conversation. Headed back to job site in the middle of nowhere. Nice as far back. Anywhere. Well, you lads, lasses, hope you have a good one. Oh, lads. Oh, wow, it's been an hour. Holy Murphy. Anybody got any questions? Ask about anything at all. I can't believe it's chill. Have a good night, man. Yeah, she's frosty. Oh. Yeah. Lift up the floor in the boat. Deck hatches. Forward wheelhouse. Light flying bridge. Boom mast. Port side hauler. The list grows. But yeah, I didn't think I was going to be ranting for an hour. But then again, maybe next time I should have a script or a list of points to rant about. Oh, or